Have you ever looked at someone's relationship and thought, why don't they just leave? Like, seriously. Your friend is always crying, their partner is always controlling, their family hates the person, even their dog looks suspicious of the partner, and still, they stay. So today, we're diving into one of the biggest psychological mysteries. Why do people stay in toxic relationships even when they know it's bad for them? And trust me, the answer is not just they're stupid or they like drama. Your brain is way smarter and way sneakier than that. Let's break it down. First, let's talk about the addiction effect. Toxic relationships are like emotional roller coasters. One day, you're crying at 2 a.m. The next day, your partner is suddenly sweet, loving, and saying, "You're the only person who understands me." That mix of pain and love messes with your brain. It releases stress hormones when things are bad, and then dopamine when things are good. Your brain literally gets addicted to the cycle. It's like eating super spicy food and then ice cream. The pain makes the pleasure feel stronger. So when people say, "I can't leave, I still love them," sometimes their brain is just chasing that emotional high. Next, there's the fear of being alone. Let's be honest, being single sounds cool on Instagram, but at 2 a.m., when you're alone with your thoughts, it can feel terrifying. Some people think, at least this person is here, at least I'm not alone. So they choose familiar pain over unknown loneliness. It's like staying in a bad job because what if the next job is worse? Your brain loves familiarity, even if it's toxic. Now, let's talk about hope. This is a big one. Most toxic relationships didn't start toxic. They started with cute messages, deep talks, and big promises. "I'll change. It's just my trauma. You're different. You make me better." And the person believes it. They remember the good version of their partner and think, if I just love them harder, they'll go back to that person. Spoiler alert, love is not a magic repair tool. You can't hug someone into becoming emotionally healthy, but hope keeps people stuck for years. Another reason is low self-esteem. Some people stay because deep down, they don't think they deserve better. They think, this is the best I can get. No one else would put up with me. A toxic partner often reinforces this by saying things like, "You'll never find someone like me. Who else would love you?" And slowly, the person starts believing it. It's like a bad app review written directly into your brain. Then there's trauma bonding. This is when someone feels deeply connected to a person who hurts them. The brain links love with pain. Maybe they grew up in a chaotic home, so chaos feels normal. Calm feels boring. Healthy feels suspicious. So when a relationship is peaceful, their brain goes, this feels fake. But when it's toxic, their brain goes, ah, yes, home. Yeah, the brain is weird. Let's not forget social pressure. People stay because their family likes the partner, they already announced the relationship on social media, they don't want to explain the breakup to everyone. Imagine posting cute couple photos for 2 years and then suddenly deleting everything. People will ask questions. Aunties will ask questions. Your mom will ask questions. For some people, dealing with that feels harder than staying in the relationship. Another big reason is the sunk cost fallacy. Basically, the longer you stay, the harder it is to leave. You think, I already invested 5 years. We've been through so much. I can't just throw it all away. But staying in a bad relationship because you spent time in it is like staying in a bad movie because you already watched half of it. Sometimes the best move is just to walk out. Now, here's a sneaky one. Manipulation and gaslighting. Toxic partners are often very good at twisting reality. They say things like, "You're too sensitive. That never happened. You're the problem." And over time, the person starts doubting their own memory and judgment. They think, maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe this is normal. And once you doubt yourself, leaving becomes 10 times harder. Let's talk about the fantasy of fixing someone. Some people stay because they see their partner as a project. They think, if I'm patient, if I teach them, if I stay loyal, they'll become the person I see inside. It's like buying a broken car and saying, I'll just rebuild it from scratch with my love. That's romantic in movies. In real life, it's exhausting. Another reason is financial or practical dependence. Maybe they share a house, maybe they share kids, maybe they rely on their partner for money or stability. Leaving isn't just emotional, it's logistical, it's scary, it's complicated. So they stay not because they want to, but because they feel trapped. And finally, there's the human tendency to normalize pain. If something happens slowly, your brain adjusts. A little disrespect becomes normal. A little control becomes normal. A little emotional neglect becomes normal. One day you wake up in a completely toxic situation and think, how did I end up here? It didn't happen overnight. It happened one tiny red flag at a time. So, why do people stay in toxic relationships? Not because they're weak, not because they're dumb, but because the brain is wired for attachment, familiarity, and hope. Leaving is not just a decision, it's a psychological battle. Now, here's the twist. If you're watching this and thinking, this sounds like my relationship, I want you to know something important.
Love is not supposed to feel like walking on eggshells. Love is not supposed to destroy your peace. Love is not supposed to make you feel smaller. Real love feels safe. It feels calm. It feels boring in the best way possible. And if you're the friend watching someone stay in a toxic relationship, remember, you can't force someone to leave. You can only support them until they're ready. So, next time you see someone in a toxic relationship, don't just think, why don't they just leave? Think, wow, the human brain is complicated.
You know what's really interesting? Sometimes people don't even realize they're in a toxic relationship. They think love is supposed to be painful. They think jealousy means care. They think control means protection. Movies, songs, and social media sometimes make toxic behavior look romantic. Look how crazy they are for each other. Yeah, crazy is the key word. Another reason people stay is because leaving feels like failure. They think, if I leave, it means I failed at love. But staying in something that hurts you is not loyalty, it's self-abandonment. And here's the scary part. The longer you stay, the more your brain rewires itself to accept that behavior. Your standards slowly drop, your boundaries slowly disappear, and one day you look back and think, I used to never tolerate this. So if you're in a relationship that constantly drains you, confuses you, or scares you, remember, choosing peace over chaos is not selfish, it's survival.
If you enjoyed this video, hit like, subscribe, and comment what's the biggest red flag in a relationship in your opinion. And if you want more psychology videos that explain why humans do weird things, you know what to do. See you in the next